How you doing on stuff? You need more thorns. You need more thorns. Yeah, we are kind of like a really heavy DPS group. I just realized.
Yeah. Roll attack.
Yeah. But we also got enough heals that we can get by.
Yep. Because all of us can pivot to healing the party. Oh, there's Baron Longshore. Why is he over here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he
fuck?
spawns like in random locations.
What the fuck, a doodle?
Like if he dies somewhere, he'll just show up somewhere else.
Oh no, you're all out of mana.
That's fine. I'll just stomp him. Oh, we have a third person.
It is a good time to stomp.
Ow, could you not?
Yeah, we're not taking any damage.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Oh my god, the thing like blew up.
It's amazing how grouping just ends up feeling like cheating at some point.
It certainly does.
It's a good thing Baron Longshore's head doesn't follow the properties of fucking raptors. Or we have to kill like 12 of them to get his head.
That would be terrifying, honestly.
None of these Baron Longshores have heads. In universe, it's canon that we have to kill 12 copies of the same man.
That would be, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that would be.
That's spooky doodle.
That'd be kind of creepy. Is is he a zombie or is he like, or like, why do we have to kill? How is he coming back?
Oh man, I just realized that if I play Dead Mines, I get to go fight Van Cleef again.
Van Cleef?
He's back.
He's back.
They removed him.
Why? Wait, what? Why did they remove? Oh, Cataclysm?
When they redesigned Dead Mines, yeah, they removed Van Cleef. It's like, now it's like his daughter, I think. I think you also fight like a werewolf or something at the end. Like they changed so much of Dead Mines. Whereas it used to be you'd fight Edwin Van Cleef at the end of the dungeon, who I think is not fightable anywhere in WoW nowadays.
Nowadays, he's just retired on a farm.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like just a specific character I remember, like that dungeon just doesn't exist in that form anymore. So it's just a weird thought.
That is crazy. It is that thing of like how Marty owns like a copy, like a server.
Oh yeah, Marty owns the old copy of his own server that he's been on forever.
Yeah,
because they updated the infrastructure and sold off like signed copies of the actual old hardware, and so he like framed in his living room. He's got the older version of his own server,
and that's amazing.
It's weird to think about.
But yeah, it is.
Like many people used that server, but he owns it.
Yeah, like isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like there are people who spent their entire lives, and it's in Marty's house. Like he has that. It's probably gonna be a family heirloom. Like that's, I don't know.
Boing, boing, boing.
Blows my mind that there's an entire world located on. Oh, if you were on eBay, yeah, that makes sense.
Say hello to Bounce Cow, Bounce Cow, Bounce Cow.
Most people probably bought it because they could turn around and sell it for a
came all the way
price.
down here because she didn't want to hang out in werewolf territory.
Werewolves don't exist anymore. This person probably thinks you're botting.
Why? Because I'm jumping?
Because I'm jumping with you.
Why would the bots jump?
Wait. Because they're just auto. They're doing the exact same thing that the other person's doing.
But the Worgens existed from the get-go.
Worgens?
Yeah, like the second zone you get to as an undead from the beginning of WoW was always a Worgen heavy zone.
Oh no, I meant like
tons of them.
Players aren't Worgens.
Yeah, but I'm saying like no one plays in the undead zone. They come down here and play in the Barrens.
Yeah.
Just like how no one really plays. It's like how more people play in the human zones than the dwarf zones, but either of those zones more than the night elf zones.
Yeah, the night elf zone has nothing. It's basically just a really, really, really long way to get off of a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Like I remember when I made my first hunter night elf, and I'm requesting for hours.
I think it's just sheer popularity too, because like it's probably a better leveling experience being in Silver Pine Forest and all that shit than it is being in the Barrens.
Yeah. Yeah, Barrens isn't there.
Barrens is a giant, empty, weird wasteland. It's kind of a weird place to hang out.
Yeah, it's not the best seller.
We just both level up from that, or did he?
I think he leveled up.
No, you
from
didn't.
that.
Yeah, he leveled up. I think because you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 13 still. I'm only 13.
But everyone wants to come to Barrens for like the Barrens chat and like the shared suffering narrative that it has. There's like a really weird experience where like it's like the majority of the entire horde population between a certain level range is all in one zone together, and that zone is way too big. It's way bigger than any other zone level range wise, because South Barrens and North Barrens are both the same chat room. So Barrens chat is just a fucking nightmare. Like at times it's just a whole different layer than any other game handles the stuff as being. It's like it's kind of fascinating. It's like so then once you know about it, everyone kind of wants to like come over here and like also experience what it is.
Some of us just want to know what it is.
This is the part where they send you all the way back to the dock to turn in the fucking ledger, then come back up to the top to show them to him. Like you run back and forth for a bit.
Yep.
Interesting.
Trouble at the docks.
Trouble at the docks.
The docks? There's trouble at the docks.
That's dangerous.
Oh, that's Wailing Caverns.
It is.
What's up? Have a good one.
Gaslow.
Yo.
How are you
Be
feeling?
good.
Because we're after 10.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna bounce out at 10:30 because I need to get ready for the beds. But corporate life is boring. It's very secure but very boring.
I sure could use
See,
sort
I knew Rake was a popular choice. They're talking about it in chat right now.
Go ahead.
They're talking about Rake, the line we fought as a hunter pet. Like there it is. I knew I was thinking of something.
Looking for work.
I hope you're looking for work.
You guys have the
what?
rap requests? Yeah.
Ready for work.
Jail time.
More work.
I didn't elect you. Who made you king? I didn't. Is there something I can help you with? Warcraft 3 had some of the best clicky lines. StarCraft were memeable, but
I forgot my name. I forgot my name was Garther.
Garther.
It was a
Garther.
randomized name and it was great. I'm like, yeah, I'll be Garthy. I'll be Garther.
Garther.
Garther the Girth Master.
Oh, whoa.
Where'd he go? Oh, he left the party.
Moving.
There we go.
Yeah. He died, Keith. His heart gave out. He couldn't take it. We were leaving him for the last time.
My honest thoughts about Pandarans. Well, Blizzard has a long history of trying to make money off of China's audiences.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's literally like there's a timeline you can draw of like a new publisher being established for making sure that WoW comes out in China, and then the next expansion being the one with the pandas.
By the way, they're also not called Pandarians for no reason. They are very much pandering to somebody.
And they also made a point to specifically have the pandas on both factions so that, you know, the popular race specifically designed to appeal to the new Chinese audience could be played on both teams. Which has never happened before or since. There's no neutral team, not even the fucking goblins, which are defined in universe by their neutrality.
Yeah, but goblins Chinese people don't want to play goblins.
Like if anyone was gonna be
don't play
a
games.
neutral race in this game, it was gonna be the fucking goblins, and they fucked it up and made the goblins horde.
Well,
like-
they only made the goblins horde because they have a beef with gnomes, and apparently that somehow makes it impossible to be a part of the alliance. Or
It's just so dumb because they're the specific race known just explicitly for like how all they care about is money, and that they specifically have all of the neutral towns
yeah.
where both horde and alliance can be in the same place, and it's all a creepy not creepy, it's all like a tenuous alliance where it's like you guys are all enemies with each other, but you're on this neutral ground where you have to play nice in Daenerys or in Stranglethorn's place, Booty
Yeah,
Bay,
Fritz- Booty Bay, there you
Booty
go.
Buddy Buddy Boo.
Yeah, Booty Bay.
Where
I love Booty Bay.
Ratchet's not an example. They are yellow for us, but Alliance I don't think have anything to do there, and they're in a horde zone in this case. But yeah, Booty Bay and Daenerys are both like major city locations you go through that are specifically neutral to both elements. Like it makes no sense for like pandas to be this magic neutral race, but not the goblins. When they're literally neutral in the world, we can see it. You can't trick me. I see it.
I can see it with my own eyes.
All right.
Glad I could help.
Glad I could help. I'm gonna fly back to Mulgore and get my fire totem 4 levels later, whatever. Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye. Also, you also need to go Thunderbluff too, don't you?
No. Yeah, I do. I have to go. You were here.
Was yours
I wanna
also
be
a druid
there.
thing or something?
Yeah, mine's also a druid thing.
Is that when you're gonna get your bear form?
Hell yeah. It's gonna take 3 minutes to get to Thunderbluff from here.
As far as pandas as a race, I'm kind of whatever. It's cool. You can play as a panda. I don't care.
I kind of like. I
Now
like their starting
now
area.
they're adding fox people,
Yeah, that's.
and they have the goblin skeleton, so they're all short people
I don't like that.
because all of their animations are modified. All their animations and everything are modified from the goblin skeleton, so they have the same height and shape.
Wow,
But they're
that's
little,
so.
But they're
that's
little
so
foxes.
cheap and efficient.
Yeah, it's almost like they added blood elves and other night elves. There's like high elves and like shadow elves or something. Like I think there's like 4 elves now.
Yeah.
And I mean that's the basis of those. That's also basically the basis of all those races. The second category of races that that Battle for Azeroth added.
Yeah. They're
Because
just
it's-
different. They're basically just HD versions
They're
of the classic characters.
Well, they're mostly modifications of other races, like war orcs or something.
Yeah,
like,
they
I think
have the
I think
red
it's-
orcs. They have
It's the it's the orcs that are from Outland, basically. I think.
Yeah. Then they have I don't know what they're called. There's like the.
I think the only weird divergence is the foxes, which is
yeah,
kind of like.
foxes. I don't know what.
Which I guess there
race
must
they
be.
are.
I guess they have like cities or something in Battle for Azeroth. I think they might have done something like that. I know they added like a bunch of snake people, for example, in Battle for Azeroth.
Did
We didn't play it for very long, but I think there might be also like settlements of like fox people there too.
they? I own
they
Battle
probably
for
were
Azeroth,
just-
but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
I
one
did.
day.
Did I play it already and get myself to max level? I might have. I don't
and
even
just, and
remember.
then just forgotten.
Yeah. I that's what I did with all the other ones. I would get them to like max level and then be like, okay, I'm done. Bye. Like, because they would always, then it would turn into like, okay, I hope you're ready for it to become a job. And I was like, no.
I have to take my dormant flame to Telf Julum. What a great name.
Telf Julum.
Telf Julum.
Look at this fucking barren wasteland. There's just so much open land and
Oh yeah.
nothing.
No, Mulgore's just
It's-
empty.
God, it's just so empty. Like, who even put these trees in here? A computer? Like, this shit's so organized. It's ridiculous.
I always get a
There's nothing
kick.
here.
I get a kick out of seeing like the way that classic WoW renders its like mountains and hills.
Oh,
There's like a-
yeah, the
there's a
weird, like,
really-
they just stretch a texture.
Well, the way they're all like a vertical blob, so like it looks like nowadays, if you saw something like this, you would think it was like procedurally generated. And I wouldn't be against thinking that maybe a lot of this terrain was procedurally generated and then they just modified from there.
Probably, yeah.
Because like it's a lot of ground to cover. And like certain areas look more handcrafted and certain areas look more like a Mako mission from Mass Effect 1. Like, oh, just generate some hills, and it's like that's fine. It's like the Monty Ohm thing where he would like take a napkin and some ketchup and smear it and fold it, and then like after he unfolds it, like the weird ketchup smear is like his map of the planet of like the place he's making, like that kind of thing.
His like his poor project that's just kind of been gutted and turned into a soulless product. Which is
forever and ever.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I didn't like Ruby to begin with, but it did feel like once he died, it started feeling kind of like weird that it was just, I don't know, pushed so much.
I don't remember how many seasons I've watched, but I've watched some number of seasons. And
Probably like
one of my takeaways was just that like I was just disappointed by how there used to be more imagination in like the fights, which was basically the only reason to watch it, because most of like the world and story is pretty but the fights could be really fun. In particular, I went back to this really cool one where one of the characters that kind of became one of my favorites was the pink lady that has like the gun hammer. And like the way that she would like step on her own hammer as a platform and fire the gun and go propelling across the area, and like little tricks like that, like the way that
she was kind of like a little Ash.
All the weird ways they would use motion and fun and stuff like that. Like watching those giant, ridiculous, weird fights in the early seasons. And then watching later seasons, right? Then you watch later seasons and you're like, on a technical level, the animation has improved and the models look better, but like the fights are both shorter and less interesting, and so you're stuck with a lot of the story, and the story does not carry it for me. Is basically the trap that series has.
Ooh. You new ability, bear form, growl, and maul.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna kill this NPC.
Let's check that.
They're like directly on the spiral staircase. So I'm like, which part are you on?
Oh no.
I see the dot.
Okay.
Peace.
And
there we go.
Goodbye.
Let's do this shit.
Did it? No,
Where's
I still.
my
What do you mean
Spotify?
I received? No, I have to return to Jahan. No.
Bear form. Yeah,
I need to quit my new spells before they vanish up the log.
I'm a bear. I'm a motherfucking bear. I'm a
Earth Shock
bear.
and Lightning Bolt are updated.
To have attack.
What is
Wow.
new
And
here?
more.
Why were you flashing?
It just likes the flash, man. Don't hate a flasher.
You can't stop me.
I mean, no.
Is something
cannot.
new here? Don't know.
I don't know.
I could have sworn that my general tab in my spell book was flashing, I thought. And I'm like, I have no idea. If something's new, I have no idea what it is.
Check that's on a new page.
Now I have to go back to the crossroads. Okay. That's the next step.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna stay in town because it's 10:30 and
Tough
my
Julim and
Hearthstone is not
Durotar.
ready. I'm not gonna pay money to fly back to town. That's
It gets, at these low levels, it's expensive.
oh yeah, like
those
it's a
like a
silver.
round trip is like 3 silver kind of, and it's like that's like enough that you're like that's a lot to do.
Yeah, dude, I'm broke.
Along
I'm
the
Kodo
South
meat.
Fury.
Hey, cookie lady. What?
Oh.
I can't speak while shapeshifted. That's toxic.
You know
Talk
how
to a
I mix
bear.
up Durotar and Mulgore all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I could be wrong. I
Oh,
might have,
you're supposed to go there. Oh,
I believe. Yeah, this entire time I was supposed to go to Durotar for my Shaman quest.
my god.
So I didn't even go to the right place. I just turned in the leather quest that we both had, I think.
Keith.
I think you had that quest, whatever that was.
Oh yeah.
Whatever,
Hydra quest.
whatever it was I just turned in. Yeah, I gotta go make a pilgrimage to Durotar. And to...
How far is Durotar?
well, it's next to Barrens.
Yep.
I'm harking back to Crossroads.
Where's... Oh. Wait, your Hearth is ready?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the last 25 minutes left.
Well, because
yeah, because I had
you
a-
hearthed from your quest up to Crossroads, didn't you?
That's right.
Because I didn't. Yeah, I only realized that just now. Actually, I was like, how did he get back so fast? Wasn't he way the hell over there? He blew his hearth. Is what he did. Hey, blew his hearth. Hey, dead. Hey, dead.
Oh no! Oh my god, that person went flying.
Hearth blower. You blow hearths.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Chicken chaser.
Chicken chase.
Chicken chaser.
I hated
You chase chickens. You're very observant.
Good night stream. But yeah, no, I hated what's it called? The titles that you can get in that. And God, I can't even remember the fucking name of the game.
Fable.
Fable. There you go.
Chicken chaser.
Yeah, I hated this stupid fucking, because you get that by accident by just being fun. Like you're having fun, you're kicking, trying to catch and kick chickens.
Because that was their idea of role playing. They had to settle for that. Once upon a time, they were like, if you go camping and you don't have enough protection and a campfire, you can get sick when you're camping. And like if you get attacked by a werewolf, then you can get the curse of a werewolf and become a werewolf. And like all these other details they were promising about how fucking ambitious that game was supposed to be, because Peter Molyneux's a liar. And the only like one of the only details that stuck around was the system of like titles you can gain via your behavior was like one of the only attention to detail things that stuck around. Then Fable 2's amazing stride forward was to be like, you can get fat if you eat a lot of food. It's like, no one likes this feature. No one likes the feature
man,
where consuming
that feature
food
in,
because
San
you're trying to
Andreas.
live makes you go fat. Like nobody is like, wow, I love it. Chicken chaser.
Chicken chaser.
I felt so betrayed, because obviously I like werewolves in video games in part because of their rarity. Like it's a rare thing to even find games where werewolves are implemented as a mechanic, so it's like I want to pursue that shit. So you bet your ass I found what are they called? They weren't called lycanthropes, they're called something else. They had an in-universe name for them. You bet your ass I had like died to one several times on purpose trying to get the fucking curse on my character that Peter Molyneux promised would be there and wasn't, because he's a fraud. It was always a lie.
I feel as if you've been hurt multiple times by this man.
I have.
It's almost as if he's been
I played all 3 of their games.
He's been given some kind of weird authority to lie legally.
Also, we met because of him.
That's true.
Because
That is true.
you were at the midnight release for Fable 3.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I really won that day. Because you were at the midnight release for Fable 3 and Force Unleashed 2, and I was at the midnight release for Rock Band 3. And it's like, one of these was the best in its franchise, and 2 of them were not.
Yeah.
Because Rock Band 3 was like the fucking magnum opus of that company. Like, what if we took all the refinements from Rock Band 2, but also there's a pro version of every instrument where the drums have fucking cymbals. There's a real guitar that works with the game, and also there's 3-part harmonies on every song, and there's like a new instrument in the form of the keyboard, and there's 5,000 songs and like a ridiculous like number of features, and it was like a ridiculous peak for what that could have been. And it's gone forever.
And now it's gone for...
Because music licenses expire, so all the DLCs is gone.
What a fun society we live in, guys.
That was such a thing that they could only do with that budget at the time and so on, because of the success of all the music games. Because Rock Band 4 came out like 3 or 4 years ago or something, and like they had to put out a poll to their audience members of like, which features do you value the most about the Rock Band experience? Because the implication was they couldn't bring them all back. So Rock Band 4 didn't have pro instruments. It didn't support the keyboard. It didn't have any competitive modes. Like, you couldn't do head-to-head, or it actually didn't have online.
That's
Rock Band
crazy.
4 was local only, and it had half the features of Rock Band 3, and it had like one DLC pack per month as opposed to the weekly deluge that there used to be. Like, it was a real sobering thing to see that company come like limping back to the idea of trying to make Rock Band again after like drifting away from that and making Dance Central, and also just kind of becoming an indie studio, because Rock Band was all published by EA at the time. Like, they're trying to come back to life as an indie studio, and like, here's the kind of Rock Band we can make, and it's like, it's worse in every way, but it's modern, and so it's it has new content. I bought it. I bought the guitar bundle. I have another guitar.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. That's not even
Why?
recent. It's like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh god.
I streamed it at the time. I was streaming Rock Band on Twitch because I was like, if this account gets banned, I don't care. It's all copyright music. That was a fun few streams that some people might remember from way back, where I was streaming Rock Band for hours on a daily basis.
You know what? That reminds me. I
had a lot of fun, but also what you don't realize is that if you're used to playing Rock Band on Expert, and then you come back so much later, even if your like muscle memory kind of can keep up and you like kind of know what you're doing, which like obviously that degrades and you're worse at Rock Band in general. But the big thing is like what's worse than your muscle memory is your actual muscles. Like, your muscles and joints are so much worse at playing that kind of game when you haven't been actively playing them the way that you did back then. Because like, I started Guitar Hero 2 and just kept playing and playing all the way up until I was an expert, and then I was continuously playing those games for like years, and so like, I didn't have any sense that this was a thing that was happening. But when I try to go back and play those games now, and I try to play on expert, like, my hand hurts, and my wrist hurts, and my shoulder hurts, and it's like, it's so much like, it's like all these different weird motions you're not used to doing anymore. And it's like, your body can't keep up with your mind, basically. It's like, this isn't a happy thought. I don't like this thought.
God, I don't know. For some reason, there's a part of me that's like really confused about Fortnite. So they just, it was just a big old fucking hullabaloo for ending a map?
Oh, because they brought a new map in, right?
Yeah,
did they get rid of the previous map?
Yeah, they like literally shut the game off.
I heard of that. Like, that sounds like a big like.
Yeah.
That sounds like a big surprise, like PR move, is to like take the most popular game offline for a few days, and then it's like, oh, it's gone, woo, and it builds mystique.
Yeah.
But deleting the map sounds like a bummer.
I mean, I guess they replaced it with a new one.
I don't know how much they were modifying that map on the fly anyway, because when I first played Fortnite, it looked like it was just yeah, because when I first played Fortnite, it looked like it was just a fucking empty ass field.
Yeah.
Because I played the first day that Fortnite Battle Royale existed, and it was the worst. I
still haven't got my fucking money back from buying the goddamn game that I never got.
Oh yeah, because they never have they just given up?
Yeah, that game hasn't been touched in fucking like 6 years.
They just aren't making the real Fortnite that it was originally going to be. They just quit. These
motherfuckers literally spent 10 years on a game, telling me about a game that they never fucking gave me. Like,
yeah, they were making Fortnite for like 10 years, and then they make a battle royale mode because of PUBG's popularity, and then they just killed that game, which they already killed once, because the one we got was not what it was supposed to be either.
No, the one we got was already crippled and crappy, and then they went so far as to say, okay, look, it's in early access, give us time. And then suddenly, like fucking 6 years later, I'm still sitting here, hey, where did Fortnite go? And it's like, what? It's the most popular game in the world. No, the fucking game I like.
Oh god, I'm having flashbacks from playing a Shaman 10 years ago or whatever.
By the way, have you played Smash at all?
I'm remembering how confusing it is to try to find their totem quest. I remember running around trying to figure out where the hell it was. I haven't played Smash except for with you guys, which has been a while.
Oh,
yeah.
Banjo's fun.
I haven't gotten to play any of the new characters like the Persona guy or Banjo or Dragon Quest boy, the boy from Dragon Quest who is a boy.
Wait, sorry, what is this?
Along the South Fury River, before the Great Sea, lies a hidden trail to one of the highest peaks of the land. Right.
What?
It's hidden because it's supposed to be hidden. Gotcha.
Wow.
I'm not imagining it. It is like a hard to find path. Yeah, you have to like scrape your character up and down the bank of this hill until you find the secret path that takes you to the shaman quest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it really
And since it's WoW, it all looks climbable.
Yeah. Well, it is if you have a mount.
Have you watched the Folding Ideas video yet? It's really good.
Yeah, I watched it.
A lot of interesting points in that there video. That video,
Very close.
No,
Very
Croc,
close.
no. I don't want to play with you. I want to find the
points?
goddamn path.
How many points do you earn for Nintendo?
Oh, it's not even worth calculating if you're talking about like the rewards programs various companies have.
No. I meant like, yeah,
the
like
Nintendo Club thing. Yeah. Would you like to make negligible progress towards eventually getting like a download for Balloon Fight or whatever?
I don't know. I have $15 worth of gold. That could be $15 off a game like I'm gonna use right now.
I'm gonna have to look up a video, aren't I?
Now I can buy Yooka-Laylee Impossible Layer for $15 and not feel nearly. I don't have to.
They gave me a free copy.
Did they?
Yeah.
I should check if I have one.
No, I mean that for press, not for like
a Keymailer account.
not like an apology.
No, I God, if it was an apology, I should have been the first in fucking line.
We could do a let's try of it.
My keys. Yeah.
I remember this quest. This is it. That's what it is. I always make the mistake of walking down the river to the ocean because that's what the quest says to do. But if you stop before that, there's actually like a big totem on this one path, which marks it as being the entrance, I believe.
Nice.
But I think I always make the mistake of walking down the river to the actual ocean because that's what the quest says. It's like on the Blep Fury River before the ocean or whatever. There's a secret.
Yeah, it's some kind of weird like riddle, and you're like, "What are you, old man?
What do you want, old man? We told you to stop coming around here.
I have to download it tomorrow. So that's fine.
This is
How's there already add-on content?
I'm running up a
Game
steep
just
hill.
come out?
If you don't launch with add-on content, you're not a real video game.
Trousers Top Tonic Pack. With this pack of top tonics, players will have even more choice when customizing the way they play. Treat yourself to Trousers Top Tonic Pack and play with even more tonics. Large head. This tonic gives Yooka-Laylee a comically oversized head. No cheat code required, because that would be free. Glowworm. Yuka and Laylee aren't worms, but hey, look at them glow. Disco. Turn every level into a platforming party of platonic proportions. That sounds like fucking hell. Yuka 64. For fans of all things that were good once and not anymore, because those people are long stopped making video games because the joy has probably been sucked out of their lives. No polygons added. Like fucking
Northeast of Razor Hill. Isn't Razor Hill the Durotar city?
I thought Razor Hill was wait. Yeah.
Where's Razor Hill? I have to go. I have to find the cultist.
Isn't Razor Hill down? That's down south. Right?
I think Razor
Wait.
Hill might be the town
Show me the full map.
in the middle of Durotar. Town's a a rough word. It's basically an Alteric Valley HQ.
Yeah.
One
I
big
think that's
building and a
the-
bunch of bunkers.
I think that's it. I think you're
Probably
right.
modeled after what the buildings look like in Warcraft 3 or something.
Let's. Razor Hill. Yeah, it's an orcish settlement built on a crossroads in central Durotar. So the
Yep.
road eventually leads to Sen Village. Tell me about the lore.
That's a rough quest if you're playing a Tauren for the first time and haven't played anybody else yet because you aren't from Durotar.
Yeah.
The Shaman quest says, first find Fire Tar, carried by Razormane spellcasters and Eastern Barons. You're like, okay, I came through there to get here. Gotcha. Second thing is get the reagent pouch from the Cultists of the Burning Blade. You can find them in a cave northeast of Razor Hill. And if you're Tauren, you're like, the fuck is Razor Hill? Where's that? I don't know what that means. Like, it's over here, buddy.
It's over here in the middle of a lot of pain.
A lot of pain. Would you like some pain?
All right, so I'm gonna play fucking ukulele. Oh no.
Maybe you'll like it more.
Maybe people do say it's like Donkey Kong
It seems to have better
Freeze,
scores.
which I liked, but I would not say it's my favorite Donkey Kong. But
I found that was interesting as people were like, oh my god, how could the X-Rare people move on to making a 2D game? And it's like, do you remember what Rare was? Like, I get that we're all like nostalgic over like the Banjo-Kazooie and the Jet Force Giminas and stuff. But
The Giminas.
The Giminas. But like, remember Donkey Kong? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
waiting
do you
for,
remember
I'm waiting for when
Donkey
that
Kong?
developer goes back and makes a fucking spiritual successor to Perfect Dark. That's what I want.
You got that. It was called
they're-
Perfect Dark Zero.
No, that's not. No. Don't tempt me into threatening you into doing a series on it.
What, you don't like the little spider mines that crawl on the walls and then
Honestly,
jump
I
at your
played
face?
one session of Perfect Dark Zero and was like, "Ugh," and then moved on. So I
Yeah.
actually don't remember it.
Cool. That's good.
I think one of the only
Don't.
things I remember is that didn't she have a completely different accent?
Ooh, yeah, she was a completely
Wasn't it
different
like-
person.
It was like it was like young Joanna Dark who is American now instead
Yeah.
of the not American
British.
she was before. Like very clearly. Didn't nobody have an American accent the first time?
Yeah, because it was made by a British company.
Except for maybe Barry or whoever. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think
The one guy who's hard to distinguish from the guy from Half-Life 2 that has the same role in the story, and also hard to distinguish from Barry Kramer because they all look and sound the same.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. That's funny because they're all called Barry, or two of them are called Barry. I don't think the one from Perfect Dark is called Barry. But me calling him Barry makes you immediately know who I'm talking about, I think.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That was a fun
What is-
series.
I thought his name was Barry.
No one remembers.
I mean, we have the internet. Perfect Dark.
Barry,
Barry.
help!
Stand aside, Jill. Here, take these. The lockpicks. You,
very
the
dark
master
character.
unlocking, could use these.
What the fuck was his name?
Oh, Barry!
You were almost a
Daniel.
Jill sandwich.
I think it was.
Playing
Wait. Yeah, Daniel. It was Daniel Carrington.
such a fucking
Carrington.
experience to play that. Carrington?
Yeah.
Is he Carrington's son? Or did you just look up the guy who runs the institute? Because that's not who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of like
I think you're.
I'm thinking of like an operative, not
Jonathan.
Carrington.
Right?
Maybe.
Is it Jonathan
It's been
Steinberg
a-
or is it Trent?
been a
No,
while.
Trent's a bad guy.
Trent or
Why does it keep
Trench?
showing me the fucking? There we go. I think he was the annoying guy.
Do you like the HD remake where suddenly the laptop had like photorealistic eyes? It was too high detail. You're like,
I don't like Dr. Carroll. I don't.
and like their spacing was wrong because he didn't have a nose, so it was just two eyes that were way too close together and way too big.
Yeah.
And way too detailed.
Oh God.
But nothing will
so
ever
good.
trump Rock Guy.
Rock Guy.
The one weird phantom instant death spawning guy that would just murder you out of nowhere over and over again for like 10 runs of the same mission. Rock Guy.
That dude, no, I remember the thing that stuck with me the most was not the fact that he killed me like on the other side of the map on a hill in the mountains. Like, could you imagine the sheer audacity of this guy? But the fucking, we got all the way to the end. We've got the fucking guy with us. All we have to do is get to the point. The fucking guy shows up from behind the rock and just boop, quick shots the fucking guy we need. Game over instantly. Fucking Rock Guy, piece of shit. I think I literally
Wasn't he
sped
your
on the
favorite?
bike. I think we sped on the bike over to him and killed him first, so that way he wouldn't kill us the rest of the game. What a man! Didn't you beat who? Didn't you beat him up one time? I thought you like beat the shit out of that guy once.
I don't remember. I need to go back and watch that series or something.
Oh man, no, I remember the final boss for Fighting Force. Do you remember that guy?
Oh right, that was a nightmare to try to figure out how to beat that game.
Were like, you were literally like, I had died, you were the left and you barely any health left and you somehow beat his ass. I just remember going like, no. Like, oh God.
There's been a lot of rough things. Remember when we tried to beat Duragon C. Mikado?
Wait.
And remember we got to the end of fucking Bouncer before we finally realized our controller was broken?
Oh,
and we weren't using special attacks the entire game.
Oh my God. That fucking.
And like the whole game was artificially hard as a result, and we were struggling so hard because we weren't using fucking real attacks the entire game. Goddamn nightmare. Because I bought a PS4 at a game store.
Your PS2?
Yeah, I bought a PS2 at a game store, like like Dimple or whatever, and just wanted to have I just wanted to play that game. So I tracked them all down. That was our test run of that console. Was that only to find out that like we were playing in like ultra hard mode because we were playing without the main attacks of the game. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, we've made a lot of weird mistakes that costed us dearly in patience and energy and life. I'm convinced I've screamed like half of my lifespan away. Like, I think that it does something.
Screamed half your lifespan away?
Yeah, I think like every time I've gotten infuriated, I think that's like somehow chipped away at my arteries. Like, I'll just die.
Your arteries?
I think they're like slowly collapsing on themselves.
My arteries.
And one day I'll just keel over, like the meme where he just shrugs, like, I guess I'll die now. Like, I'll just be me. Like, I'll eventually get to such a point.
I can't see anything without my arteries.
Oh, God, why am I still getting emails?
Just drop the goddamn item. I want my fire totem.
Tomorrow at 8 a.m. I have a Zoom meeting. Why? And also, no, I won't be there at 8:30 in the fucking morning.
That's what you think.
That's what he thinks, because I can RSVP deny that, which I will.
Lily, you aren't supporting the family that is our company.
That was literally the first thing they told me when I went to the interview.
Did they really?
Yeah, they told
pulled
me
that kind of shit.
Yeah, we want people who are interested in being part of the engaged family, and I was like, no.
That loyalty always goes one way.
Yeah, I straight up told my boss, I was like, I don't I don't believe in cults. I think it's like against my nature. So I'm only here as long as you keep paying me, and I'll keep doing the job that you pay me for. And he's like, that's pretty much what I expect. I was like, perfect. We're in harmony then. Yeah, I don't understand. I do not understand people who get hyped for work, or people who are like that loyally committed. We have employees that stay after and they're like, I'm really excited about what we're doing. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't give two shits if this company went, you know, like, and went a whole different direction tomorrow and changed their entire core values. I don't give a shit. As long as I get paid. That's what I'm here for.
Because the moment they need to, they will shed you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a fucking company. Like they've already went through this before. Like when I first joined, it was because they finally were bouncing back from when they had to mass exodus a bunch of people. So I came into like a semi-somber office.
Yeah.
Like it was weird. It was basically just like yeah, we almost collapsed as a company, and then we pulled through like with about 24 hours before the doors shut. And I was like, what?
Whatever we means once you fire most of your staff.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who survived?
At that point, it's really I.
Yeah.
I pulled through. Everyone else is gone. And now they've been replaced by new people because you're all disposable to me.
The scarier part is that I definitely like the CEO is definitely like, this is his third or fourth company, and he just goes through and like makes a company, sells it for a quick buck, turns around, makes a new company, sells it for a quick buck. Like he basically builds companies and then sells them off at their prime, which is reassuring. But also, it just proves into the fact that if he failed, it wouldn't be like a detriment to his life. Like he would literally still have so much money that it wouldn't impact him. He would just go make a new business, which is like, that's painful. As like everybody in that office could be fired and their lives could be destroyed, but he will walk away just fine.
Yeah.
And that's like, that is where capitalism fails. Because
I like how there's a lot of bizarreness. Like how, you know, Amazon's like the biggest company ever, and Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the history of the world, or whatever the fuck we're at now. And Amazon didn't pay taxes.
But I can't afford to, Keith. If they did,
I paid taxes, but Amazon, no.
Well, Keith, if you charge companies taxes and they're not going to hire people,
they even get to charge us taxes when we buy their stuff.
I thought that was mind-boggling. I was like, wait, where do the taxes go? Because they can't go to you.
Isn't the premise of sales tax that it's the taxes? What is the premise of sales tax exactly?
Sales tax goes back to the government.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's I think as a kid, I interpreted it as like the company gets taxed and they pass the price on to us as sales tax. But I think that's literally, that's not right. It's like sales tax is more like a mandated tax on the actual sales themselves, which is separate from the taxes you pay yearly.
Correct. So a sales tax is a tax paid to a governing body.
Like every now and then I just mix it up with my childhood vision of what it was, which leads to like the impression of it being not being right in my head when I think of like they didn't pay taxes but we paid their sales tax, but like that's because it's like I'm thinking of the wrong version of it.
Holy shit. Oh my god, Washington has the highest tax rate. That's insane. And they let fucking Amazon just walk away? That's crazy. You have, oh, I'm sorry, Hawaii is like is the first highest, which I guess makes sense because it's an isolated island that a lot of people live on for some reason. Unlike Alaska, which is an isolated island literally no one wants to live on.
I'm completely shocked to find that the highest taxes are on the least white state. Sure, we don't have any kind of interest of any kind of history of specifically exploiting the most otherized group of our country.
Well, I mean, come on. To be fair, Hawaii is like the primo destination spot. Like it's a
it's the money spent for the that, but it's not a good look.
No, I mean Washington's not a good look either. Which, like, I mean that has a lot of tribes living there. But that's okay. I mean, they're just a bunch of tribes that started out on the East Coast who then weren't allowed to live there anymore. So they tried their best to make it all the way over to the other side of the place. Oh wait, how does Washington beating Nevada?
Oh,
how the
did you
fuck does
hear about
make...
that racist policy recently?
There's so many keys.
There's many, but in this one case, it was that a state just tried to pass. Either they either tried or succeeded at passing legislation that makes it so that you can only vote if you have a street address. And nobody in a reservation has a street address. They only have PO boxes. So they just
Dakota.
Like they just decided that Native Americans don't get to vote.
Yeah, many native IDs won't be accepted at North Dakota polling places.
They literally
which apparently
rolled back voting rights.
Which I'm going to tell you right now. This week, the Supreme Court declined to overturn North Dakota's controversial voter ID law, which is fucking amazing.
Literal voter suppression tactics.
So I want you guys to take a note that if we fucking remove your right to own guns, it's the same thing, right? Because we took away someone's right to vote, which that's a fucking God-given right. So guns just fucking are off the table now, right? Supreme Court rule.
I'm so.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was
that you
amazed when I saw that, where I'm like, that's some dark shit that nobody should be happy with.
How the fuck can you get away with banning U.S. citizens from voting, but you won't?
I mean, that's an ongoing tactic, is to ban as many U.S. citizens from voting as possible that are the ones that don't support your party.
Why does it fucking matter? Because you don't get to vote anyways. Nothing you fucking vote on even matters except for state legislation. So why would you want to suppress voters when they literally mean nothing to your cause? In fact, if you keep them voting, they keep thinking they matter. When you take away their voting, then they start realizing, wait a second, this whole fucking system's broken. Maybe we should just remove the whole system.
These guys, they're just never gonna drop a reagent pouch. That's it. Am I at the wrong place?
Wow.
Am I at the wrong place?
Man. You know what? I bet you can.
Northeast of Razor Hill.
So they do have the option of
sure.
providing their residency supplemental document, utility bills. But according to court records, about 18,000 North Dakotans don't have those either. They don't have fucking basic necessities. What?
Somebody kill me, please.
Oh, cool. And in North Dakota, every resident is eligible to vote without advanced voter registration. So people might not discover the problem until they show up to fucking vote because they've been doing it for their entire lives. Like, the fuck?
That's one of the main tricks, is that if you change who can vote in an election in advance, then in particular the biggest impact I think is the first election, because that's the one where people don't know about the change, and so you get to just kind of steal the election if you can specifically have a policy that disproportionately affects one group over another.
Hold on a second, Keith. That sounds like a bad idea. Who could
It sounds like a subversion of democracy that's intentionally institutionalized on a regular basis by...
No. Now, who would possibly do something like that? Let me check real quick. North Dakota. Let's see. It is... Where is North Dakota? There it is. Okay. Odd. I see a lot of Republican names running the government there. That's just a coincidence, though. I've never seen Republicans be racist before, but I have seen a lot of Republicans be racist before. So it might be a correlation, but it could be causation.
It's like a contest to see who can drive the most dislikes on this video.
I mean, look at this shit. Governor, R. Lieutenant Governor, R. U.S. Senator, R. House Delegation, R. And then you just say, oh, we don't want Native Americans to vote. That doesn't look good for your party. Like, that doesn't really make you look like a good person when you say, I don't want people to vote.
I have to be in the wrong place or something. I have made no progress.
Can I see a... Wait, there should be a, Yes. Okay. Holy fuck, 5.44% of North Dakota's population are Native Americans.
Yeah, no, it's a significant amount of people.
What the fuck? How
That's-
did
that's
the
literally
Supreme Court
like the
approve that?
That kind of population is literally the kind of margin by which most votes are decided in most states on most elections.
No.
It's a very
Okay.
direct gambit to rig the election, essentially.
Nope. That's
And it's
I'm
like-
not tolerating
and
that.
it's
That
like-
is definitely.
and it's only like the
that-
next one in a long series of things like that all the time. It's
That's absurd.
astonishing to watch.
That's fucking absurd.